The trial of the 1987 assassination of Thomas Sankara has been adjourned to October 25th after the defense lawyers asked for more time to prepare their case. Two defense lawyers appointed by the court had asked for a postponement of the trial by 1 month, arguing they had not had enough time to study the 20,000 documents in the files. The request of the defendants' counsel for a reasonable period of time to examine the documents in the file is a request that seemed to us to be well-founded in principle, which is why, as counsel for the civil party, we did not formulate any particular objections. They asked for 1 month, the court granted them 2 weeks. We believe that this is a reasonable time. On the other hand, the court also rejected a request to record the debates on camera, as requested by the civil party. The plaintiff hoped to archive the proceeding for future references to the younger generation. We had thought that this trial could have been recorded because we believe that this is part of the great history of Burkina that is being written through this trial. And for future generations, it will have been good for us to have reliable archives to allow the memory community of this country. As expected, the main defendant, Blaise Compaoré, was not present Monday morning at the court, which had been relocated to another hall that can hold up to about 300 people.
A top UN court has ruled largely in favor of Somalia in its dispute with Kenya, setting a sea boundary in part of the Indian Ocean believed to be rich in oil and gas. A new boundary drawn by the International Court of Justice mostly followed a line proposed by Somalia, attributing to it several offshore oil blocks claimed by Kenya. The court found that Kenya, which did secure some territory beyond the Somalia proposal, had failed to prove there was an established sea boundary between the states, which would have given it a greater portion of the disputed territory. The ruling comes after Nairobi last week said it had revoked recognition of the court's jurisdiction. No one for Kenya was officially present either in court or via video link. Somalia filed the case in 2014 at the UN's highest court for disputes between states.
The 10th edition of the Techno-Tree Intercontinental Beach Soccer Cup will take place on Kite Beach in Dubai from November 2nd to 6th. 8 of the best beach soccer nations from across the globe were organized into 2 groups at the official draw, which took place on Tuesday 12th in Dubai.
The tournament is now going to the 10th edition, and this is an important item for us because it means a very solid relationship and a very high commitment from Dubai Sports Council and Beach Soccer Worldwide. Our expectation for this tournament is very high because the level of teams is maximum level. We expect great matches, very difficult, with great actions, lots of goals, and I'm sure people who will join the event will have a lot of fun.
Senegal is set to represent Africa in the competition. The African champions were placed in Group A with the host country, the United Arab Emirates, and 2 other countries, Portugal and Spain. The first 2 in each group will qualify for semi-finals. The current world champions and 3-time winner Russia will compete with Iran, Paraguay and Japan.
South African biotech consortium Afrigen says it is working on a messenger RNA jab based on the Moderna formula in a groundbreaking drive to end Africa's life-threatening lack of COVID vaccines. The Cape Town-based biotech firm says the project is backed by the UN's WHO and the COVAX initiative.
In Africa, we definitely need to be seeing vaccine production in several countries in Africa. Africa needs to be become over the next 20 years autonomous in vaccine production. Africa is going to have a huge population in the next 20 years. So this needs to be done, full stop.
Africa is the least vaccinated continent in the world. More than 10 months after the world's first COVID shot was administered and nearly 2 years into the pandemic itself, barely 5% of eligible Africans have been fully immunized.
The aim is therefore to have a very, very super efficient and safe drug substance, but that the drug product will have a different stability and more suitable to be distributed at temperatures which is feasible and possible for Africa.
Research and development at an $8.7 million facility started 3 months ago, and talks are on the way with Moderna for a licensing agreement to use the basic formula.
There's a lot that we've learned in the pandemic, and it's highlighted just the inequities that exist, but it's also given such a driving force to say, for Africa to say, no, we can do it. It's like there's major emerging economies, it's a growing continent, and we can do it.
22 scientists are currently working on the huge challenges. Pharma giants are facing huge pressure to ease patent controls over coronavirus vaccines to help production in regions scrambling for shots.